Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit more technical analysis on Bitcoin, because in today's video, I want to do some short-term technical analysis, and I also want to zoom out and do some much longer-term technical analysis. Namely, in today's video, I want to explain to you guys why a Bitcoin breakout may be coming today, and why that breakout may start the recontinuation of the rally that we've been in for the last several months, that's been on break for about a month. And also from there, we're going to be discussing my profit-taking strategy for the coming Bitcoin bull market. This was actually suggested by someone in the Discord server, so if you guys want to give suggestions on future videos, you can do so in the comment section or in the Discord server. I'm very much looking forward to what we're going to have to cover in today's video. I do hope you guys do enjoy today's video. If you do, make sure you hit that like button. Also, if you're new here, make sure you smash the subscribe button and the notification bell, guys. We're getting dangerously close to 25,000 subscribers, and I couldn't be happier about it. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. But guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Bitcoin has been in a bit of a downtrend here for the last month or so. Back on the 26th of last month, on June, we were actually doing a live stream on Bitcoin, and we saw Bitcoin go cliff diving again, and Bitcoin jumped off the metaphorical cliff. We saw a little bit of a recovery, bounce. Nothing really came of it. Bitcoin did actually begin its proper correction at this point. And from there, guys, Bitcoin has been in a downtrend pretty consistently for the last month or so. Bitcoin has had a high and a lower high and a low and a lower low. Bitcoin is very clearly in a descending trading channel with a level of resistance there and a level of support there. So what that means is that Bitcoin is having its correction, but also that Bitcoin has an opportunity to go and restart its rally should some certain things happen, like the breakout that I was just about to talk about in today's video. That's really funny. I wanted to trade this breakout, guys, but it looks like it's actually happening live. I was just about to get to that, so this video is going to be a little different than I had planned. In this video, I was going to show you this triangle pattern right here and show you how I thought Bitcoin was going to break bullish out of it. Lo and behold, Bitcoin decided it couldn't wait for me to get to that and was going ahead and trying to break out. We'll be keeping an eye on this as this video goes on, but even though it kind of threw off my train of thought, we were going to discuss this triangle pattern right here with this level of resistance and this level of support and Bitcoin breaking out of it in today's video. That's what I was just about to get to, and Bitcoin couldn't wait 30 seconds. Either way, guys, the point I'm trying to make here is that Bitcoin has been in this downtrend for quite some time. We've had nearly a month of downtrend. We had a 35% correction. We can go ahead and measure that from top to bottom right here. Bitcoin has been in this downtrend for about 23 days, and we have corrected at most about 35%. That's a pretty reasonable correction for Bitcoin. Perhaps we could see a little bit lower, but in fact, I do think that this is probably the majority of this pullback. Perhaps we see a lower low. Perhaps we see a low down somewhere close to $8,000. I think we're close to the bottom, though. And that was going to lead me to discussing this consolidation pattern that Bitcoin has just broken out of and made me look like a fool with, because I was going to discuss how I thought Bitcoin was going to break bullish out of this and potentially start a new uptrend to this downtrend of resistance. But I guess we're going to be doing some hindsight technical analysis rather than future predictive technical analysis, because Bitcoin has now started to break out of this. Like I said, we'll check the volume and everything on that here in a second as that develops, and we'll go ahead and make sure that that is happening correctly. But with all that said, should Bitcoin be able to maintain this breakout and ride this up to this downtrend of resistance, we have a very clear decision point right here. If Bitcoin is able to actually break this downtrend of resistance, in my opinion, that would be the first confirmation of a new rally. Another couple of confirmations that we can look for would be Bitcoin setting a new higher high right here, and then Bitcoin setting a new higher high above this. If Bitcoin is trading in this zone up here, then Bitcoin is probably about to start a new rally. If Bitcoin is trading above $14,000, we're definitionally in a new rally because we've set a higher high. So those are the things I'm going to be looking out for over the next couple of days, for over the next couple of weeks. But for the next couple of days, I want to see if Bitcoin can actually maintain the breakout it did 7 minutes ago and continue rallying to the upside here. With all that said, let's go ahead and do a little bit of analysis on the health of this breakout as it currently stands. If we look at the minute chart here, guys, this has been broken out for 4 minutes. So give me some time. This is going to have to develop. A lot of times when you see breakouts like this, the majority of them will not happen immediately. Sometimes you'll just see the blip, and then later the actual breakout will come maybe 15, 20 minutes later on the minute chart for this in this case. But the point is here, guys, Bitcoin has been trading sideways in this. I was hoping it would break bullish. It looks like it has. Let's go ahead and check our volume. You guys know we have to do that. Down on the 5-minute chart, we look great. Let's go ahead and keep zooming out and seeing if that shows up. Looks great on the 15-minute chart. We got a lot of volume. 30-minute chart, a lot of volume. 45-minute chart, no one really looks at, but still there's a lot of volume. Even out here in the hourly chart, looks like we do have a lot of volume. So this is a confirmed breakout, even though Bitcoin is not really breaking all the way out of it. We're kind of just fiddling around here for a little while. I'm going to give this another 20, 30 minutes or so and see how this develops. And when I'm editing, what I'll do is I'll take a screenshot and I'll throw it up on screen right now. so that you guys can see where Bitcoin is about half an hour from now after this breakout has actually gone ahead and gone through. Okay, guys, well, that was actually most of what we wanted to discuss here on the shorter term technical analysis. I want to discuss where I want Bitcoin to go, and that would be to this downtrend of resistance, the confirmation I'm looking for, the methodology for how we might get to that downtrend of resistance, and this bullish breakout is a good start for that. Now that we've had this bullish breakout, should Bitcoin be able to maintain it and build something out of it, we're going to start seeing these technical indicators start changing even more bullish than they already are. That is the hope anyway. So with all that said, let's go ahead and zoom out and start doing our longer term TA, because as I said, someone in the Discord server mentioned that they would like to see my take on how I'm going to be taking profits for this bull market. So let me go ahead and quote exactly who said that. Cake and Nachos, great name, by the way, from the Discord server, said, Crypto Jeb, could you do a video about your cash out plans during the next bull run? When you're going to sell, if you're going to convert your crypto into stable coins, and buy back in the ensuing bear market? That's an excellent question. Guys, if you ever have any ideas for videos or video topics that you would like me to cover in these videos, join the Discord server with the link in the description down below, and then you can go to the video ideas tab and post whatever you want. If it seems like a good idea, then I will probably end up making a video about it. Guys, I do make daily technical analysis videos here every single day, as daily would imply, but nevertheless, sometimes it does get a little, sometimes it is kind of difficult to find exactly what I would like to talk about, so that is one way that you can help. Cake and Nachos, thank you very much. Anyway, as for the topic itself, I think there's a pretty... I'm going to have to answer this a little bit differently than what I think he wanted, because I'm not going to be able to just put a price target and say, I'm going to sell Bitcoin here, or I'm going to sell Bitcoin here. I'm not just going to say, I'm going to sell Bitcoin when it goes to 100K. I'm not just going to say, I'm going to sell Bitcoin when it goes to $250,000. Although actually with 100K, that's a little bit different. I might be doing that. We'll be talking about that here in a second. But what I want to really discuss are the ways that I'm going to look for exit points. I'm gathering a lot of Bitcoin right now, and I have that Bitcoin. A lot of it, I would like to keep that Bitcoin through this bull market, the next bear market, on into the bull market following that. I'd like to hold that for a long time. My investing portfolio is not for a year or two. My investing portfolio is for a decade or two. So I'm not looking to take a ton of profits during this bull market. Actually, I'm mostly looking just to accumulate when it's low, and then maybe start taking some profits and doing more trading higher on in the bull market. But to answer your question, how I'm going to do this, and before I get into this, remember, this is not financial advice. I want you guys to do your own research. If you want, you can go talk to an expert who is a financial advisor about where you might want to sell your Bitcoin. This is simply my take on it, so don't go suing me if you make a mistake. You guys know I like saying that. The first place that I will be selling some of my Bitcoin, and I'll probably be looking for a re-entry, would be after we break $20,000. Now, you might be thinking, Jeb, why would you not sell it at $20,000? Well, the reason I'm probably not going to sell Bitcoin at $20,000 is because Bitcoin is going to come up here, and more than likely, we're going to reject off of it. And on this rejection down here, I'm more interested in buying Bitcoin right here than I am in selling Bitcoin right here. And I may sell some Bitcoin when we get right here, but the thing that I'm actually interested in this pattern is buying this Bitcoin on this dip, because this is a pretty predictable dip. It's pretty predictable that Bitcoin is going to bounce from here and continue moving to the upside, and then I'll be looking to sell Bitcoin above that, and then making perhaps another swing trade with the market moving forward from there. If we look at Bitcoin here in the past, Bitcoin would come up to these levels of resistance and it would crash, and then you buy in and you sell, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to be looking for these kind of several month market cycles in 2019 and 2020 to be trading. I like doing longer term swing trades with a little bit of leverage on it, so it makes a lot more money. And it also means that I don't have to keep it too close of an eye on it. It means that I'm far away from my liquidation point. It's far away from my stop loss. In general, it's a low risk, low maintenance, high profit trade. When you buy right down here, you try and find the bottom. If you can even catch it even close, like anywhere in here was a good place to buy on this market, and then you could have sold up here. If you make a trade like that, it's going to be great. So I'm going to be looking for these kinds of trades with these kinds of markets here in the coming bull market. But as far as where I'm looking to sell for my investing portfolio, those are the trades I'm looking at making. The places I'm looking to sell are very, very far to the upside, guys. I don't really plan on selling before $100,000 because I know my Bitcoin is worth over $100,000 a coin. Why would I sell when, guys, frankly, I have plenty of money in cash. I don't need to sell my Bitcoin. I don't need the money out of my Bitcoin. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been investing it in the first place. I don't need to get that money. I have plenty of other ways of making money without my Bitcoin investments. Those are for the long term. I know that my Bitcoin is worth over $100,000, so why would I sell it for anything less? And the reason that Bitcoin is going to go that high is because a lot of people have that exact same mentality. If Bitcoin is going to go to over $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, whatever you think it is, why would you sell your Bitcoin? The only reason that you would sell your Bitcoin before a really, really high price target that you think Bitcoin is going to go to in the future is because you need money now, or you're going to need money in 2 years or 3 years. Guys, if you're going to be in that position, then you shouldn't be investing in the first place. You should be using that money to build a business or find yourself a job or investing in real estate property that cash flows, and then use that money to invest in Bitcoin. If you need to cash out, let me say this again, this is very important. If you need to cash out of your Bitcoin, you should not have invested in the first place. I don't need to cash out. I have a lot of Bitcoin. I have no reason to cash out because I have actual physical US dollar cash. I don't need to cash out that Bitcoin. So I'm not planning on selling my Bitcoin anytime soon. That's why my investing portfolio is for the very, very long term. We're talking 100, 200, 300, 500 million dollar Bitcoins before I start selling my Bitcoin. And honestly, it may come to a point where I never even sell my Bitcoin. Perhaps I'm even going to hold it long enough that I don't need to sell it, because anything that I would want to buy, I could buy just in Bitcoin. So guys, there's really not a reason that I see that we actually need to go selling our Bitcoin. If you need to sell your Bitcoin, then you probably shouldn't have invested that cash in the first place. So like I said, that's probably not exactly the answer that Cake and Nachos was hoping for, but that is the answer that I'm going to give him to make to kind of make you feel a little bit better about the answer, and to give you something a little more concrete that I think you were actually looking for. I will say this. One of the places that I will be looking to sell Bitcoin is at the top of the next bull market. Obviously, one of the ways that we can call that would have been just by looking at the previous bull market, looking at the way it worked, and trying to find out how we can predict roughly where the top is. If I could have sold up here somewhere after buying at $200 or $300, I would have been sitting pretty, and I would have rebought in during the next during the next bear market, as you talked about. I probably won't be selling into stable coins. I'd probably be selling into United States dollars, because as much as I'm a fan of Bitcoin over the US dollar, I trust the US dollar more than I trust stable coins. So I won't be selling into stable coins. I'll be selling into physical US dollars and then holding that in an account that I can then use to reinvest in Bitcoin a year later during the bear market. But yes, I will be looking for the top of the bull market, and I will sell a position of my portfolio, maybe up to 30% of my investing portfolio, probably not much more than a third of it. But guys, as much as it seems difficult to call the top on these bull markets, and it's very difficult to call the exact top, it's not really all that hard to tell when things are getting a little overextended. I remember this rally up here. I was in the market back here. I watched the entire run from $2,800 to $20,000. I watched the entire thing, and I have experience in that kind of market, and I know not exactly, but I know roughly where the top is going to be on a bull market like this and where I should be taking profits. Some of the things we can look at are like the daily RSI. Look at how high the RSI got up here. It got up to 90. You can't just take that. You have to take other things as well, because it went up over here. You can look at Google Trends. Google Trends mooned during this time, guys. It was absurd. It was ridiculous how high Google Trends saw Bitcoin's interest peaking. Everybody was talking about it, went hugely mainstream. That's going to be different in the future because people are already going to be talking about it, but there are going to be a lot of blow-off top warning signs that the bull market is coming to an end, and around those times are where I'm going to be starting to look for exits. I can't tell you exactly where I'm going to exit. I can't tell you a dollar value. I can't tell you what patterns I'm going to be looking for, guys, because the market's 2 years from now when that's going to happen. But those are the kind of things I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for telltale signs that a bull market is coming to an end, and then I will start selling maybe 10, 20, 25, 30% of my investing portfolio, and then holding that in physical cash and waiting for the bear market to buy back in, along with other cash that my other businesses are generating. So guys, that was an excellent question by Cake and Nachos. You get a bunch of shout outs in this video because you had a great idea. If any of you have any more ideas that you would like to see made into a video, such as the one that Cake and Nachos just gave us, I would be more than happy to hear them. In fact, I heavily encourage you to go to the Discord server and put them in the video ideas tab. In fact, if you do, I may even give you some of my extra calf coffee. You guys know that I like my coffee. I got some sitting right in front of me here. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for today's video. Tell me in the comments section down below what you think Bitcoin is going to do here over the next couple of weeks. Do you think Bitcoin and this breakout that we saw is actually going to result in anything? Do you think it falling over like it has is actually a major sign? Do you think Bitcoin having a little false breakout right here means that we're probably going to see a bullish breakout in the future? Guys, this triangle pattern is going to be ending today. So I want to see what you have to say about this. Are we going to break bullish or are we going to break bearish? The breakout that we saw earlier in today's video seems to have temporarily fallen back into the pattern. So it's very possible that we even come down here and break bearish now that we've done that because we rejected. I thought we were going to break bullish. This is what we got. Maybe we do come down here and break bearish. We'll see what happens. I would like to hear your opinions on this in the comment section down below because I think the rally is getting close to being over, but that doesn't necessarily mean the bottom is in just yet. Also, tell me in the comment section down below what you guys are going to be doing for your selling strategies as the bull market continues. I'd love to hear your opinions and your takes on what I discussed in today's video. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I do want to thank each and every last one of you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.